Tengo algo importante para decir a ti.
Ok.
¿Estamos grabando?
Estamos grabando. Chris tiene algo importante que decir.
Ok. Es muy especial, Bruno, porque estás el primer entrevistador con un corbata. Yeah. Muchísimas gracias.
Por favor.
Es un honor.
Es un respeto a ustedes.
Sí, muchísimas gracias.
No es que yo tenga 50 años, no, es porque quiero.
No, es tan precioso.
Gracias. Not much rockstar, more classy, and I love
We
it.
like it. It's our first
Very much
cravat,
so.
isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yes. It's because it's very cold, actually. So,
In 23 years, no one has ever
no one,
worn a...
not even Jimmy Fallon, those guys.
Not
I don't know.
maybe a tie, but not a cravat.
Ah, yes. That's another thing, you know. You
is
get
high
good
class.
taste. Okay, guys, thank you so much to be back in Peru. The previous show was amazing. Everyone still talking about that. Not only the music, the technology, the experience. So, what are you preparing for this performance tonight?
I'm afraid we're still the same band.
Okay,
No,
yes.
it's not
But we
complete-
love that.
It's not completely different. We have some new things, some new songs and some new moves.
Yeah, and some things that we had before that are better.
Yes.
But you know, something that I really love about you is that the music connects with the soul. We are really related to the lyrics, but at the same time, it's high technology, you know, the response with the lights and the screens and all that. So how do you play the elements to, you know, use the technology, but at the same time, connect with the soul?
Well, that's a lovely question. Thank you for saying that. I think that as long as you're playing songs that are, you know, all of our songs are from our hearts, you know, that we mean them very sincerely. You can almost add anything to them visually, and it will not mess with the feeling.
But it's difficult to get to that point.
Maybe it's just a sort of like when you were dressing today. You just know what's right.
Yes.
This works. This doesn't work. So we spend a long time planning things, but we really love big shows and
Yeah.
like an event and lights and you know, we love all that. So it seems to come naturally, and if something doesn't fit, we seem to know quite quickly and we don't use it.
But some of the technology, especially in a stadium, really helps us connect with people, you know, because the wristbands light up for everybody, no matter if you're right at the back of the stadium, 100 meters away, you know, you're still part of it. Because that could be quite hard, you know, in big places, to make people feel like they're part of the
That you belong
concert.
and
Yeah.
you're part of that, yes. That connection is beautiful. And also, how do you feel that 20 years passed in a rush of blood to the head? It's like, when you watch moment, what happened? It's 20 years.
No, life goes so quickly if you're lucky. So I feel very grateful that we're still able to, first of all, play those songs. Secondly, play other songs. It's amazing. What's happened to our band is really amazing. I think we just feel grateful at this point.
Yes. It's an honest band. It's like, I think we can feel that you're having fun, you want to share, and we connect with you, and that's lovely. So I think I want to be grateful to you because
Thank
of
you,
that.
Bruno.
And also, the evolution of technology, again talking about that, when the band started, the CD, it was something that you can touch and put, and then the MP3, and then the craziness about iTunes, and Spotify, and now we're going back to the vinyls, you know, it's a revival. So how do you feel the journey of technology?
Technology is such a big part of it now, because I think I pretty much listen to all of my music on some kind of streaming, apart from occasionally when I sit at home and put on a record. But mostly, you know, especially when we're traveling, record players aren't that portable.
This big.
Yes.
I know that this show is, do you take care a lot about the planet and, you know, be more respectful of the energy that you use and how do you use the energy? So this show is like environment friendly. So that idea is also a novelty from
We're
this
trying.
time.
It's very challenging, but we're trying. I think it's the same as every area of our band. We do our best, but we're human, so we fail sometimes, or still have a way to go. You know, we are an honest band, but we also make mistakes and say stupid shit, and we're human. So with the environment stuff, we just felt like, you know, we've sometimes joined causes and sort of pointed the finger at somebody else, like, you need to change this, stop this, don't do that. And we felt like, well, let's do that to ourselves at this time. Like, let's change what we do. And it's been very, very interesting. And today we worked out that we probably about halfway towards where we'd like to get to, which is good and bad. So.
Well, we are on the way. So
we're on the way, yeah.
And you know, I got the opportunity to talk with different artists and Hollywood stars and maybe people who work in the arts in different levels. And something that is amazing is we are almost done with the pandemic, but in the moment that there's the worst moment, politicians are fighting each other as always, the economical crisis as always, but one thing to keep the humanity going is the arts. The movies on the streaming, and of course the music, and of course a lot of people go back to books. So how do you feel through your work, you keep the world together?
Well, art. But that applies to street musicians, and
of course,
skateboarders, and all dancers, and I think that art is the place where you see the best of humanity. Art and probably medicine and childcare, you know,
science.
There are areas where you see really great parts of humanity, but some of them are not really reported on the news. Art is reported on the news, so it's one of the only positive things you see on the news with all the terrible things, which, as you said, have always happened. Even if you went back 3,000 years, people were fighting, people were criticizing each other, people were killing each other, and there were people singing and making dances and TikToks. So I feel like we're very lucky to work in art, and also we're very lucky to have enough countries where we can say what we want to say freely, because that is not something that everybody has.
Baby, you are my universe,
also the collaboration with another artist, for example, I love that My Universe with BTS was amazing, so fun. The video clip visually was like a movie, it's like special effects and everything. So the creative process to get to that point, not also, you know, the video clip, but connect with artists who are singing in a different language. So how was that collaboration?
Really, really rewarding. It started at the beginning feeling like a very strange idea, but by the end, or now, it feels almost like the most natural partnership, which is a really strange thing to say. We love those guys, and to be honest, we really care about them. They don't necessarily have the same freedom that we do all the time, and we would encourage that they be given that freedom because they're special people, and what they create together is very uplifting for millions of young people and old people. So I feel quite protective of BTS, and at this point we don't judge anything except whether we think it's cool, right? Or is it doing something positive? And BTS are so positive for the world, and it's a lovely feeling when you don't have to worry about anything other than, does my heart like this thing?
Yeah, as soon as anything in the art business makes you happy, it's like,
yeah, then it's good.
No matter if it's from Korea, from India, from London, no matter, it's like makes me happy and it's nourished my soul.
Yeah, that's a new thing since the internet, isn't it? For a lot of people, for us. You don't have to be in one tribe or another tribe.
Yeah. And also, I know that sometimes during the show, the people, of course, get crazy about the emotions and everything, but I hear that sometimes you say, put down your cell phones and enjoy. So how do you feel this madness that anything happen, everyone is like this all the time?
I think it's nice just to have a moment where we're all together. I mean, we're not completely anti-cell phone. We're all looking at them a lot of the day. But I think it's nice in a concert to have a moment where we're just together, just us.
And I think this is a better word to keep the moment, right? Because when you are living it through the screen, it's like gone in a seconds. But
Yes.
when you are truly feeling, it's like it's right there. Yes. Also, how is the creative process of the band? How is the usual thing to say, okay, I got an idea for a song, I want to play with this, I want to change this? It's like a complex, long process, or now after so many years, it's like, okay, I got it, let's do this.
No, it varies song to song. Sometimes we're lucky and Chris brings a song virtually complete, and then we play on it and it's all done within a few hours. Other times we spend 2 years
For one song?
working on
Wow.
it.
Often our best songs, they let the sort of skeleton. Here, this is for you, Bella.
Thank you.
The skeleton,
No.
the skeleton of the song kind of falls from the sky.
Okay.
Who knows why? And I'm like, this is a really good song. This is going to be good. Then I take it to, and then it takes so long to get it right, because often it's because those songs are very natural, but they also have something new that we've not done before, and so we have to find how to do it. Almost like, what clothes do we put this song inside? And that takes a lot of experimentation. We had a song called Viva la Vida, which, when I hear it now, it sounds like, oh, that sounds like it was really easy to make.
Yeah.
And it was a nightmare. Or Yellow, or My Universe, or
Yeah.
any of the big ones.
Yeah.
In fact, all of the big ones were difficult.
Nobody said it was easy.
To finish, our show is watching for a lot of young people, and of course there's a lot of artists that maybe they don't have the opportunity, they live far away, especially in
Yeah.
Peru. It's a very complex country. They live maybe up in the mountains or up in the jungle, very far away, and they got this craziness feeling to do things. So what can you say to those guys who are dreaming to,
Yes, okay. Well, trust life, first of all. You don't know what's going to happen. You might be a young Peruvian girl writing songs in the mountains, and the world might flood next year, and that will be the only place left. And
Could happen.
aliens will land, and your music will be the one they find. And then that becomes the biggest music in the universe. You don't know.
Exactly.
None of us know what the big picture is. We're a big band right now at this time, but in 50 years, we don't know. That's the first thing. The second thing is that it seems to me, and maybe to Johnny too, that it's not about the scale of enjoyment that your music provides. It's about the depth of the enjoyment. So if you're playing to 3 people and they're having the best time and they're crying and they're happy, that is the same job as what we do. And if we play to 60,000 people and they're not having a great time, then you're better,
Exactly.
right? It's not about size, because none of us will ever be as big as the Beatles, and the Beatles will never be as big as Mozart, and Mozart will never be as big as whoever's the biggest thing on the next planet.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we're all tiny. So, beyond the economics of it, I understand that sometimes it's hard to afford to play music or be an artist, but really the reward is the music and the connection with one person or 2 people or 50,000 people. It's the same thing.
Thank you for that, and
That's
I hope that everyone could get there and especially get a voice and connect with people.
Yeah.
As you. Sometimes we're craziness about just communicate what we have for lunch, and maybe a song can make us together and dancing,
Yeah.
and we are all
Yeah.
sing. So that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's
So-
why TikTok is so good. The biggest songs on TikTok, they come from everywhere.
Yeah, I suck at TikTok. I need to challenge my dance movements, but I try. Maybe I will
You're
be
doing
the
great,
funny
man.
guy.
You're
Maybe
a sweet
that.
guy.
Thank you so much, guys. Pleasure to
Thank you,
meet
Bruno.
you.
Muchísimas
And
gracias.
break a leg tonight. Bring us dance and joy, and hope to see you again very soon.
Thank you.
Gracias, gracias,
Gracias.
a todos.
Tus
Gracias
palabras
a
en
su
español,
equipo.
¿cuáles son?
Corazón.
What- in Spanish, what can
¿Cuáles
you
son?
tell us? Yes, corazón is really hard.
Oh, sí. Ahora.
Sí,
No, estoy nervioso.
estás nerviosa.
Estamos listos para preparar.
El show.
Sí.
Listo.
Y me voy, puedo oír la gente y estoy emocionado.
Emocionado, yo también. Muchas
Mis
gracias.
dedos.
Ya vamos a tocar, vamos.
Tremble, I don't know what the shaking like.
Me tiemblan los dedos.
Yeah. Right, come on, let's go.
Let's go. Gracias,
Lima
chicos.
fiesta.